What's up, guys? I'm Chesapeake. This is Chesapeake Anorak and Outdoors on a really chilly February afternoon. Got a ton of canvas backs out here. You can see they go all the way around the point here. Hundreds of canvasback ducks right there. All the way around. But that's not what this video is on. This video is on a scam that's been going around on a heavy wool anorak for sale. You can find it on Amazon. You can find it, you can get it in your email. You can get these websites that advertise this heavy wool anorak that's waterproof, windproof. It shows a picture of a guy standing underneath of a hose. It's got a picture of a outdoorsy looking guy with a goatee, bundled up. I've got one of them here, and I've also got a wool blanket. Tell me which one is the real wool anorak. Kind of hard to tell from back here, isn't it? They both look really nice, other than this one's a zip up and this one's a pullover. I'm sure a couple of you can probably already tell, but let's get up close. To start, this is a 100% wool blanket from Native Survival as a comparison. And if you haven't already been able to tell, this is the fake and this is the real thing. This is an 100% wool zip up from Asbel Wool. Amazing cottage company. They make pullovers, they make zip ups. It's got two large pockets, a nice metal YKK zipper, and that's it. No frills, a really big hood. I have washed it twice in with downwash to soften it up a little bit. And this is the fake. You might look at it and say, man, this looks like a really nice anorak. It's got a big neck gaiter here that with a shot cord cinch and these fancy metallic beads on it. Nice stoppers to the end here. It's got a shot cord that goes around the three-piece hood, really big, kind of oversized hood. It's cut really big. It's got a nice big kangaroo pocket on the front here. And what's this? Style Design YF question mark Yifeng 1978. What the hell does that mean? Oh, let's look close here. This is wool. This is wool. What the hell is this? That's wool. That's wool. What is that? That's not wool. These are rag wool. That's not wool. Let's take a closer look. I'm sure many of you have seen this on Amazon, looking for an anorak, or seen it on the internet. $35 anorak, heavy wool. Go on Amazon, type that in, and you'll come up with 50 different listings with the same picture. All have a different Chinese manufacturer in different colors, with they're the same exact thing, coming from the same exact place, and they have zero wool content. If you can't tell by the outside, has anybody ever seen wool that looks like this? With light passing through it? I sure haven't. So please be careful. It's that time of year when it's getting really cold and everybody wants to get a nice wool anorak. But if you buy this one off of Amazon, you're going to get something that's made of 35% cotton and 65% polyester. Made in China. Zero wool. In the ad, it says 100% heavy wool. This is heavy wool. That is heavy wool. This is heavy wool. That is rag wool. That is Chinese shit. $35 Chinese shit. Now, when I bought it, I knew it was a scam, but a lot of you might not know that something like this really is garbage. Now, while it might look nice, and that's really all. It's going to look nice from a distance. It's not going to keep you warm. It's not going to keep water off of you. It's not going to keep you warm when it's wet. It's not going to keep your clothes from getting damaged by sparks if you're next to a fire. It's actually probably going to melt if you get too close because of the polyester that's in it. So please stay away from this. Go to Asbel or any of the other cottage manufacturers online. Just search wool anorak in Google and you'll come up with a list. You can find one that looks just like this. Hell, you can spend $35 for the shitty one, buy a wool blanket, take this apart, use the parts from this as a template to make your own real wool anorak and save well over $100. But do not buy any anorak that looks like this. And in all the ads, you can see this orange tag from a distance. And that's exactly what it looks like. You can't tell the difference. But when you get up close, you definitely can. And the tag hidden on the inside gives it away that it's just mass-produced garbage from China. And like I said, it does look nice. It's got, you know, shock cord here. This nice big muff around your neck to cinch it up tight to keep the cold out. Got these neat little decorative beads there, but none of that's going to keep you warm or dry or the sparks off of your nice down jacket. This will. So will that wool blanket right there. Hell, you can take your favorite oversized, just regular hoodie, cut it apart, and use a wool blanket as a template. So this is my public service announcement. And also in this video, I want to give a shout out to another YouTuber, Laconian Concepts. He tagged me in one of his last videos to give 5 tips for beginning bushcrafters and outdoorsmen. My number 1 tip is to do your homework. Stay away from stuff like this. It might be really tempting to save some pennies and get something like this, but it's definitely not worth it. Ever. It's definitely ever not worth it. Number 2 is DIY. You can DIY anything and save a lot of money. Like I just mentioned, you can take a hoodie, an oversized hoodie, and a wool blanket and turn it into a real anorak if you don't want to spend the money. Tip number 3 is think of your items, your kit, as part of a system. You can have a sleeping bag or a quilt and a tent and a pad, but if you think of them as a system and use them together, they'll work much better than just having a bunch of individual parts. Your sleep clothes, the clothes that you wear out in the woods during the day, your socks, all of it together works much better than a bunch of individual pieces. Just like here, this tarp, yeah, it works good, but it's going to work better with the stove inside it. A lot of times in all my videos, especially my outdoor gear videos that I'm reviewing and like my personal clothing, I preach having a system that's going to work all together. So knowing that wool and fleece, one's hydrophobic, one's hydrophilic, one's going to pull water away and one's going to repel water. if you use them in conjunction, you can pull water moisture off of your body and at the same time keep rain and moisture out. I've got a pair of fleece boot liners from 281Z, and I've also got several pairs of 100% merino wool or regular wool socks. Individually, they'll keep my feet warm, but at night when I'm walking out to my hammock and it's wet outside and I've just got my Crocs on because I don't want to wear shoes or boots, I can take the fleece boot liners and put them on and put the wool socks over top of that, and it'll keep my feet dry and at the same time pull moisture off of them because it's so warm, while protecting them from the snow or the condensation from the ground or from the air, whatever. When I get to my hammock, now my house is right here and my hammock's right here. Even when there's no moisture on the ground, just that short walk from my house to my hammock, I'll sit in my hammock, take my Crocs off, and the bottom of my Crocs will be wet from the moisture being pulled off of my foot from the one and then wicked away from the other. So using them together is key. Rule number 3 is you don't have to have the most expensive bushcrafting gear to make it out in the woods. It's your brain that's going to get you by, and knowing, just doing your homework, kind of like I mentioned before. For example, this hurricane lantern right here was from Walmart. It is just as good as the 80-year-old one I have down in the bottom of my boathouse, if you take care of it. You know, this stool or this chair right here, or I'm sorry, table right here, might not be as light as an expensive one, but for my need, it does just as good. Things like that. These trekking poles came from Walmart. I've had them from 6 years and put a ton of miles on them. This Superfly tarp isn't brand new. Not when I got it, it wasn't. I got that Superfly tarp from eBay with the stove jack and the pole mods. And then this Anorak I got from Hammock Forums, and that wool blanket I got from eBay. So most of my gear, except for my deep winter sleep system, is a lot of it's used, a lot of it's from Amazon, a lot of it's from eBay used. My Snug Pack Deep Winter Antarctica RE sleeping bag that costs like $400 brand new, I got it on eBay for, I think it was like $100. So it can definitely be done. Have fun. That's my 4th tip. Practice your skills as much as you can. Even if it's just going outside to make some feather sticks. Wow. Sorry. You can never, ever practice too much. And then other than that, I'd have to say just enjoy yourself. Keep yourself clean. You don't have to have the most expensive gear. You don't have to have the brand name stuff. But like I said, just as long as you do your homework, it doesn't have to be the lightest weight. It doesn't have to be the most expensive. If you use it as a system and it suits your needs, that's all that matters. I don't do a lot of long distance hiking, so I can get by with a stove that weighs 22 pounds in the wintertime. You know what I mean? It's stuff like that. You just keep an open mind, have fun, practice your skills, use your gear as a system, take care of it, and it will take care of you. So those are my 5 tips for beginner bushcrafters. Again, another shout out to Laconian Concepts. I will think about who I want to tag and leave it in the description below. So what do you think, guys? Please stay away from this scam. If I can find one of the links to where I got it, I will also leave it in the description. But other than that, I'm Chesapeake. This is Chesapeake Hammock and Outdoors, and I'll see you guys next time.